Hello and welcome to the 31st annual Glorifying the Lion celebration. Every year, the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio honors passionate and distinguished leaders who have made a lasting impact on the Greater Cincinnati community through their selfless dedication, commitment, and service to others. The title of the Lions Award was derived from a proverb of the Igbo people of Nigeria that says, "Until lions have their own historians, tales of the hunt will always glorify the hunter." The message is that no telling of history is complete until both sides are told. We are thrilled to honor the 31st class of Lions this year. They include Patricia Breedy, Alva Crawford, Dr. Alvin Crawford, Howard Elliott, Edna Keown, Jack Rouse, and Steve Schiffman. Throughout the show, you will see a QR code on the screen. To honor a lion and support the great work of the Urban League, scan the QR code with the camera on your phone or visit the website shown below to donate.
Hi, I'm Christy Coons, President and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio. At the Urban League, our mission is simple but powerful: to break the cycle of generational poverty. We do this through advocacy and empowering people to build careers, start businesses, create wealth, and grow as leaders. Tonight, we have the privilege of honoring 7 incredible individual leaders who truly embody our mission through their dedication, leadership, and service. They've made a lasting impact on our region, lifting up others and paving the way for change. Thank you to our incredible sponsors for investing in our mission and helping us drive lasting impact. On behalf of our board chair, Barbara Turner, our board of trustees, and the entire Urban League team, we extend our deepest gratitude to the community for your ongoing engagement and support. Your commitment fuels this work, and together we are creating meaningful change. A special thanks to Cincinnati Playhouse in the Park for hosting this production, to our media partner, WLWT Channel 5, and to our production partner, Sunny Blue Creative Agency, for bringing this vision to life. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the 2025 Glorifying the Lions Awards.
Patricia Breedy is a trusted advisor who excels at bridging differences among diverse groups, fostering collaboration, and driving effective solutions. She retired from an impressive 30-year career at Cincinnati Bell as Director of Southwest Ohio Government Relations. She then launched the successful consulting practice Quest Management Consulting, bringing her expertise to corporate, government, and nonprofit organizations. She's best known for her current role as the facilitator of AALDP, the Urban League's premier leadership development program, where she has coached and inspired hundreds of leaders to reach their full potential.
The Urban League was my awakening. It was my rebirth in a way. The Urban League changes lives, and I support the Urban League because I owe a debt to the Urban League that will never be paid. I owe, so therefore I serve. My journey started in corporate as a young woman coming out of high school, working during the day, going to school at night, got married, had children, spent the first 15 years in corporate in a variety of jobs. The first thing that happened when I was in HR is I was recommended for a program nobody had ever heard of, which is the Urban League's Leadership Development Program in 1993. Huge application. We filled it out, and I was waiting and praying that I would get an opportunity because nobody had ever put together 30 African American leaders and knew that we would spend the next 10 months together. That 10-month journey changed my life for the next 30 years. That program leadership was a defining moment for me because I actually got an opportunity, and who knew then it would last more than 13 years, to see leaders in this city grow, to see people who are already leading take on new challenges. There is never a class where something exciting doesn't happen to somebody who's in our class. Sometimes people change jobs, get new opportunities, get promotions, birth companies, but it is It is the lives of ordinary people when you are at the league and you see somebody's coming home as a returning citizen with no hope. And then you see them a few weeks later and they're in a suit and a tie and they're going for a job interview. We get to see life changing. That never fails to impress me. To be honored as a Lion has such incredible meaning. 31 years ago, when I was a brand new graduate of the leadership program, the Urban League asked if I would be one of the alumni that would honor the very first class of Glorifying the Lions. We got to attend the event. Each of us escorted a lion in, and then we awarded them with their plaque. And then I remember looking at the people who were being honored as lions and thinking, wow, of the sacrifices they made and how wonderful it was that this program was honoring them. And here, 31 years later, I'm not the one that's giving the award, but one that is receiving the award. Support the Urban League, support the Lions.
Coming up, more of our Glorifying the Lion celebration. Mr. Schiffman has been an active member of many organizations, including serving as board chair of the United Way of Greater Cincinnati, board chair of Teach for America of Southwest Ohio, as co-chair of the Cincinnati Regional Business Committee, and in board leadership positions with the Jewish Federation of Cincinnati. He is currently a member of the board of the Minority Business Accelerator and a trustee of the Washington Institute. He also serves on various for-profit boards and as a coach and mentor for CEOs of purpose-driven generational enterprises.
Any organization that can help people who are motivated to better themselves and to create financial independence and financial sustainability is an organization that I believe is worthy of our support. Sometimes we fall prey, I believe, to the myth that successful business people are self-made, and the work that the Urban League is doing around helping entrepreneurs to gain the skills that they need, helping people to become more financially self-sustainable, helping to find mentors, helping to find ways for people in the previously underserved communities to have those kinds of resources that can help them to be successful, much like I found the resources in my own journey to become successful, I believe is certainly worthy of our support. I am currently the board chair for Michelman, and I served as the CEO of Michelman for almost 20 years. Michelman is our family's 75-year-old multi-generational business. I was born in Columbus, Ohio, and raised in Springfield, Ohio, and went off to college at the University of Colorado. Purpose-driven leadership is incredibly important to me. The way we try to define purpose-driven leadership is as having a very clear purpose of why we exist as a business, having a clear set of values that help to govern how we make our decisions in our business. And then in our case at Michelman, we believe in what we call the triple bottom line of people, planet, and profits. Being present in my community and being engaged in social issues is fortunately something that I learned in my home. There's a notion in the Jewish faith of tikkun olam, which means to repair the world. It's a very important sort of governing tenet of Judaism. And we're taught at a young age that it's critical for us to be actively engaged in helping to repair and heal our world. The first time that I came in contact with the Urban League, where I worked with the previous executive director, and we helped to fund the efforts to bring people out to the polls. I support the Urban League because this organization is helping people to achieve their dreams through education, through mentorship, through social action. Support the League, support a Lion.
Edna Keown is known as Cincinnati's full-time community advocate extraordinaire. At the conclusion of a successful career in human resources and consulting, Mrs. Keown dedicated herself to excellence in volunteering. She is currently spending her time and talents with the Cincinnati Parks Foundation Board, the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra Board, Montgomery Community Church, and the Woman's City Club, as well as numerous other organizations.
The Urban League is so important because it provides training, it helps people who might be disenfranchised, it helps give them a second chance, and they can just become people who just feel valued and just make a better life for themselves. I was born and raised in a small town called Gilmore, Arkansas. I attended Arkansas State University, and there I met my husband. Most of my volunteer within the last 22 years, a lot of it has been with the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. I am currently with the Cincinnati Parks Foundation Board. I've been provided the opportunity to work on various boards full-time once I left corporate America, and to be able to give back to the community as I do. I also am on the board of directors at the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, and a lot of the committees that I work on are behind the scenes really raising money, because in order to be effective, you gotta have funds to run nonprofits. When I was in college, I was on a charter line with Delta Sigma Theta. The Urban League gave me my very, very first job. I worked there for the summer, and that's when I was introduced to public service. And from then on, I knew what I had to do. I support the Urban League because of its history, and it has been such a staple in this community and throughout the country. Support the League, support Alliant.
Coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio's Glorifying Alliance. Dr. Alvin Crawford is a Harvard-trained, world-renowned pediatric orthopedic surgeon. He has operated and lectured in 43 countries, authored countless articles and books, and trained hundreds of postgraduate fellows and orthopedic residents. He's most proud of successfully developing and establishing the academic pediatric orthopedic surgery at Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center, where he served as director for 29 years. Upon his retirement, the Crawford Spine Center was dedicated in his name. Alva Jean Crawford's entire career has centered on encouraging young people to pursue education for success. She served as a mathematics teacher and school counselor for 32 years in 5 states, including Cincinnati Public Schools, and she continues to mentor and tutor students through organizations like the Cincinnati Youth Collaborative and the Girl Scouts. Passionate about music and the arts, Mrs. Crawford has served on the boards of several of Cincinnati's storied institutions, including the Cincinnati Opera, the Cincinnati Ballet, the Cincinnati Playhouse in the Park, and the Music Hall Revitalization Company. Let's meet this remarkable couple.
My feeling is that the Urban League was a paradigm shift. You know, it's one thing to teach a person to eat fish, it's another one to teach them how to fish. The Urban League was more interested in giving you a particular skill and training to be able to become self-supported, and that is why I strongly support the Urban League. I was in the military for 33 years, and we ended up in more than one location. And someone had to pay the rent given the military salary, and that was my wife's teaching experience.
My journey has been basically trying to integrate from the airlines to first only teacher who's African American in Michigan to paving the way for more diversity in the arts. It's important to me to help someone else be successful, and I thought I could do it as a teacher, as my experience in the South, not being able to go to music halls and different places. I made sure that if I got involved with these arts, I can make sure the kids are exposed to the arts in every way. And if you're not in the room when the decisions are made, you can't make change.
I had the opportunity to go to the University of Tennessee College of Medicine. Prior to that, there had not been an African American who had been admitted to that school, and was able to go from there to do my orthopedic surgery at Harvard. Ended up as the top resident there, and from that point, it's been really an unbelievable ride.
Living and growing up in the South, we were taught all about our history, and there's so many people who paved the way for us that we felt that we should give back like they did to open the doors for the future young people. You always give back. You never forget the ones coming up.
I believe in the adage that you can be what you can see as opposed to you can't be what you can't see. If you're awarded and then celebrated by an organization of this nature, then it's gratitude that gets you to accept it, but it's something that it encourages you to keep on keeping on.
For all the work that you do is because you want to do it, to give back, but for somebody to recognize it is just outstanding to me.
Support the League and support our lion.
Howard Elliott is a well-respected business strategist known for his expertise and passion for supplier diversity. Mr. Elliott enjoyed a 32-year career with Procter & Gamble, culminating in his role as corporate leader of supplier diversity. Thanks to his leadership, Procter & Gamble spent over $4 billion with minority-owned businesses. In 2014, Mr. Elliott partnered with two former P&G colleagues to form Web Ventures, a management consulting company focused on economic inclusion on large commercial development projects. The group has played a vital role ensuring women and minority businesses have received significant opportunities on several major projects, including the development of the MLK and Reading Road Corridor, the UC Health Gardner Neuroscience Institute, and the Avondale Town Center.
The Urban League is important because it's an iconic organization, civil rights and social justice organization that's had over 100-year history in this country. My journey in life has been a long one. I'm 80 years old. I was born in San Francisco in 1944. I was born into a neighborhood in San Francisco called Hunters Point, a housing project, but it was a great place to grow up. I was blessed to be able to attend the University of California at Berkeley. So this poor boy from the Hunters Point housing project was able to attend University of California at Berkeley and major in engineering. Got to Cincinnati through Procter & Gamble. In my final few years at Procter & Gamble, I was the corporate leader for their supplier diversity program. So part of my job was figuring out how I can increase that minority supplier base. So that's when I first touched base with the Urban League. Of course, I knew about the Urban League and its reputation, but actually working with them, we started to get into how does the Urban League help with workforce development to get more minorities, into some of these companies that we were working with. It's all about helping people who look like me and paying it forward. I am still shocked that I'm being recognized as a lion. The current group of lions that I'm being recognized with, I am humbled to be part of that group and recognized as a lion who's made some positive contributions to our community. I support the Urban League because they are making our community better through social justice initiatives, workforce initiatives to serve underserved communities. Please support the Lions and support the League.
Coming up, the conclusion of the Glorifying the Lion celebration. Welcome back to the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio's Glorifying the Lions. Jack Rouse is a passionate patron of the arts, responsible for creating dynamic and immersive experiences around the world, beginning with the establishment of the nation's first musical theater program at the University of Cincinnati Conservatory of Music. His firm, Jack Rouse Associates, became one of the most recognized global names in experiential design, creating powerful and engaging experiences for history and children's museums, zoos, sports facilities, entertainment complexes, and corporate environments. Today, he applies his professional expertise and passion to foster a more vibrant, inclusive, and relevant arts and culture community in Cincinnati.
To me, the Urban League and organizations like it are absolutely essential in making sure that the diversity exists, even if we don't call it diversity. And more importantly, to make sure the opportunity is there. But the Urban League provides an environment to help people reach their goals in something that they love, something that they can be good at, and frankly, let's be honest, something that could support them. Part of what this is all about is equipping people to be able to do that without compromising their values, and frankly, without compromising the values of the institution. I have been involved with the arts and with diversity programs for many, many years, and I'm really, really thankful and honored to have this opportunity to be recognized for work that is so damn important. My journey from Billings, Montana to Cincinnati, Ohio was rather convoluted. I taught in Madison, Wisconsin for a while, and I was recruited to CCM, where I started the opera and music theater program, and then eventually realized that academia wasn't right for me, and then started my own company in what is now referred to as experiential design. The motivation behind taking leadership roles in any arts organization is really, to be blunt, just because you give a damn about the organization and you want to meet them where they are. My wife and I have a very small scholarship for music theater students, and I got a call from the university said that, your scholarship is still there, but we have to change the parameters you put around it. We had made the mistake of using the word diversity. I'm annoyed at the fact that we live in a culture now where we can't call something what it really is. In terms of organizations like the Urban League, just the mere fact that people are being supported to follow their dream, that is such a damn cliche. The problem is that even cliches have a right to be true. And to be recognized by an organization that looks past that part and realizes even many of us who are old white guys can help support an organization that are making dreams possible and making the realization of those dreams come true. That's why it's important to support the Urban League and the Lions.
Thank you so much for joining this inspiring program. We hope you're moved by the stories of these 7 lions. To honor a lion and support the great work the Urban League is doing in our community, use the camera on your phone to scan the QR code on your screen or go to the website shown below to donate. Once again, thank you for watching the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio's 31st annual Glorifying the Lion celebration.